What's good, YouTube? It's your boy Leo coming to you guys with yet another video. Coming to you guys today, um, talking about Money in the Bank. Somebody in our live stream last night. I want to give a proper shout out to you, Eric. You were in our live stream and you came up with a great idea. And it revolved around Liv Morgan. So I appreciate you for that idea. And I wanted to elaborate on that and give my thoughts and opinions on it and let everybody else get a taste of what I want to talk about as far as Liv Morgan goes. If you guys don't know, she is one of my favorite women's wrestlers right now. It sucks that she is out with an injury right now, but that's not gonna stop for me from doing this video. And who knows? Maybe my idea will come to full fruition, and it ends up happening. But the question is, could she do it again? Now, we all know Money in the Bank is our next pay-per-view or premium live event or whatever you want to call it. I'm going to stick to pay-per-views. Whatever you want to do, that's up to you. But I'm going to stick to calling it pay-per-views. But that is our next pay-per-view. And we're starting to see some of the people be announced for the match or getting qualified matches. We know we're going to be getting Becky Lynch and Zoe Stark next week. And we're also going to be getting... who else is going to be competing? I know on SmackDown we're going to be getting Zelina. We're going to be getting Zelina and Lacey. And then on Raw again, we will also be getting Becky Lynch versus Sonya Deville. So those are going to be three of the competitors that's going to be in this match. There is, unlike the last few years, we've had 8 competitors. This year is only going to be 6 competitors involved in the Money in the Bank ladder matches for not just the women but the men as well. But we're going to talk about the women today. We'll do Money in the Bank, other stuff Money in the Bank in the near future because I do have more content on the way for that, so be on the lookout for that. But back to the video. We all know she's out with the injury right now. But what if, right? What if at Money in the Bank they do something kind of like how they did with Austin Theory to an extent, like where a lot of the people were already going to be competing in the match, already were in the match and everything like that. And, the match is about to take place. And then maybe an authority figure, they brought out Austin Theory, right? What if that same thing kind of happens to an extent, but they kind of add their little twist on things? Or, you know what I'm thinking? They don't even have to have her be announced. They could do something different, right? What if, I think in storyline reason, it makes sense for Raquel Rodriguez to be in this match because she is going to be a factor into the story and everything like that, right? So we're at Money in the Bank. Raquel's in the match. She's dominating, doing what she does. She's probably one of the more dominant people in the match. She's climbing the ladder, about to grab the contract, and a hooded figure pushes her off the ladder, and it's revealed as Liv Morgan. So not only is she's back, but she's back as a heel. She climbs the ladder and unhooks the briefcase and is the 2023 Women's Money in the Bank winner. This means she won Money in the Bank 2 years in a row. Nobody else has done that. I know people are going to say, what about Carmella? No, she didn't win because technically James Ellsworth unhooked the briefcase and then, she pretty much won it like that. But she's probably won the briefcase twice, but she hasn't won like both ladder matches back to back. You know what I'm saying? So she really doesn't technically count in my opinion. Maybe it do, maybe it don't. Comment down below. How do you guys feel about that? Do you think Carmella kind of counts as a 2-time Money in the Bank winner, or do you count it as one because technically James Ellsworth unhooked the briefcase and then gave it to her? So that's why I said James Ellsworth was pretty much the first Miss Money in the Bank or whatever. But we're not going to talk about that anymore. But back to the video before I get sidetracked again. But she wins the briefcase and it is Miss Money in the Bank for 2 years in a row. This means, so this is where I like to tie this in. If you guys remember like a decade ago, right? CM Punk, right? He won Money in the Bank 2 years in a row. The first year he won was in 2008. He was a babyface and he cashed in on Edge to become World Heavyweight Champion. The next year he won it, he was a heel. He won Money in the Bank and it ended up cashing in for the World Heavyweight Championship, but this time around against the beloved babyface Jeff Hardy. He cashed it in, became world champion, and then they had their feud. Now, what you could do is like, okay, well, if she decides to cash in this time around, what do you do? I mean, you could have her. If I mean, there's different scenarios, right? If they want to keep her baby face, they would have to put her in the match, right? And I'm pretty sure people would pop for it in a little bit, but I don't know. Maybe people will boo. I don't really know. It just only time will tell. But if she was to, win the briefcase as a face, she could cash in on Asuka because her and Asuka have a little bit of beef as well. Because if you go back to the Royal Rumble this year, the last three women in the match was Liv, Asuka, Rhea. Rhea ended up winning, but Asuka missed it. Asuka missed it. Liv, and that was one of the main factors why Liv probably didn't end up winning. Was she probably gonna win? Maybe they could have done it, but when you had her be missing in the face, that took her out of it instantly. So she didn't have a chance to get into the match. So she was eliminated. Then go on to Elimination Chamber. What happened? Liv didn't tap out. She passed out because both Natalya and Asuka had her in a submission. So now, when you think about that from that standpoint, she has beef with Asuka, and she could be a potential person to cash in and beat her for the championship. Another one, Rhea. Rhea has Liv and Rhea have history because they were tag team partners at one point, and she could cash in on Rhea to get her revenge for Rhea turning on her, and think about it, Liv is the only one that's beaten Rhea since she's joined Judgment Day, so she has that upper hand on well, not really the upper hand on Rhea, but she has that win over her that not many other women's wrestlers right now do have. So that definitely puts her in a different level. Another thing she's done, she won last year and became SmackDown Women's Champion by beating Ronda Rousey. Was the feud that good? No, not necessarily, but she's definitely in a different class of woman when you think about it. Win, lose, or draw, she beat Ronda Rousey, who is pretty much one of the more unbeatable women to beat. She beat her twice. Nobody else on the women's roster right now can say they've beaten her twice. Nobody. So that puts Liv in a different league of her own. If we're being honest about it, if you really want to be honest about it, she's in a different league of her own. And before she got injured, we were starting to see a little bit of teases that she could be going a little bit darker. Another scenario, what if she's in allegiance with Bray Wyatt and Alexa Bliss, and both of them help Liv become Miss Money in the Bank? Now she's holding that contract, but she's also dark at the same time. There's different scenarios and paths that you could decide to take this if you want to do it. Me personally, I think it makes sense if you have her be like that CM Punk type of character where she wins it 2 years in a row. The first time she won it was a face. People were behind it, but then they slowly turned on her. That could play a factor into this time around and have her be heel. Now, why would you, we're not going back to what I said earlier, Raquel being in it. It makes sense for Raquel to be in it because think about it. Raquel and Liv were tag team champions. They were tag team partners post Mania. Even going into Mania, they were tag team partners, but they didn't win the championships. They won it post Mania. Now, what you could do is have that be a factor because think about it. When Liv went down with injury, Raquel replaced Liv with a new partner, being Shotzi, almost instantly. Liv can say, that ate away at me. You were supposed to be my friend. You turned on me, and I'm back to get my revenge. You did this to me, and I'm back to get you back. They can do something like along the lines of that. Have her cost Raquel the Money in the Bank, and think about it. What if she was to go up the ladder and win it herself 2 years in a row? Think of her accolades, because if you're looking at her accolades right now, right? She's won the SmackDown Women's Championship. She's won the Tag Team titles. If she wins the Raw Women's Championship, she will be a Triple Crown champion. A Triple Crown champion. Because that's definitely going to put her up there even more. Because think about the things she's done in her career. She's won Money in the Bank. She's beaten Ronda Rousey. She's beaten Sasha Banks. She's beaten some of these bigger stars that we've seen in the company. She's beaten them. Now she's back and darker and wins Money in the Bank. She's going back to her roots where it all started for her last year. We're almost 1 year on from where the whole Liv thing started. Now she's back and we're getting to relive it, no pun intended, all over again. And she cashes in eventually for whoever champion she decides to choose. Like I said, she can go with either or. If you want to keep her babyface, she can cash in on Asuka. If you want to keep her face, she can cash in on Rhea. But I think her turning heel would make sense if you want to bring her back. I think, me personally, I think it would make more sense to have her go rogue and go to the dark side, or just go straight heel and just go ballistic on everybody. That's a live that people probably can get behind, if we're being honest. Like that Harley Quinn type of character, I think fans can actually get behind that, because I think that's what a lot of fans wanted for so long, is to see her as a heel. A lot of fans is wanted to see her as a heel. We've seen her as a heel, you know, when she was in the Riot Squad, but as a singles competitor, in a singles capacity, we have not got to see that yet. And I think this is a prime opportunity to do just that, if we're being honest. But comment down below, let me know. How do you feel? How would you feel if Liv Morgan came back as a heel and won Money in the Bank 2 years in a row, pretty much putting her up there with the CM Punk type of character, where they both won Money in the Bank 2 years in a row? The first year she won it heel, well, face, and now when she wins it, she's a heel. How would you feel about that? If she's a heel, who do you think? Do you think she should buy her time and wait till a babyface wins the championship? Do you think she could be the first woman to cash in at WrestleMania? Leave that all down in the comment section down below. Also, leave a like on this video if you like these type of videos, because I definitely like doing these videos with you guys. You guys show so much support on these videos, and I appreciate all of you guys that kicks it with me week in and week out, every video I'm posting. I appreciate all the love and support. Road to 1K. We're so close. We're getting closer and closer to that milestone. We're trying to get there as soon as possible. We're at 506 subscribers. So if you're new, love wrestling, love horror, love gaming, or even all three, please, please, please go subscribe to the channel. There is no catch. You do not want to miss the content that I'm going to be dropping for you guys in the near future. But I'll see you guys in the next video.